Zani, status of the evacuation.
80% of Raguna's residents have been relocated. But the troop of fools hit a storm while ferrying people from the Riccioli Islands. Rough seas out there.
Trust them to see it through.
Miss Carlotta, we've cleared the depositories as ordered, ready to receive incoming supplies.
Good. Renacita's greatest treasure has always been the people who built it. The next Cloudpuffer Express is due at any moment. Be ready to offload.
Understood, ma'am.
Rover! If you mean the incident in Raguna, you've likely already heard. A horde of tacit discords has overrun the city, and common echoes are out of control.
Evacuation here is still on track. No anomalies detected in Averardo Vault. Yet. Your assistance is appreciated, Seravidius. The residents from Eglatown have all been accounted for.
I am simply fulfilling my duty.
Strange. I clearly sense the Dark Tide's presence around here. So why does everything seem normal?
Gunfire! We've got intruders.
These tide spawn. They've evolved fast. Mutation? Or... And sure enough...
Entering a restricted zone armed without triggering a single alarm.
Be careful. Her abilities are not normal.
All this by her hand.
Fiction and reality are starting to blur. Don't put your faith in appearances. That is what they really are.
The Dark Tide can corrupt, and you carry its power. What proof do we have this isn't your doing?
You don't. Believe whatever you want.
By the sacred statues of the divinity, evil shall know no peace. Only the righteous may taste eternity. Wickedness shall be purged by the blade, and those who consort with calamity shall fall. Galbrenna, demon wrought from ruin, you are not welcome here.
Fenrico? Why would he be here?
You have slaughtered my flock and ushered in ruin. The Sentinel's wrath is already upon you. I will cast you back into damnation myself before your carnage spreads any further. You should be howling in the Styx depths, your soul aflame in the pit's cruelest fire, forever.
If you're offering me a shortcut back to hell, I'd honestly appreciate the favor.
Your heart holds no reverence for the divine. Only desecration and scorn. Demon, your sins are ripe for judgment. By the highest will's command, I shall strike down all that you have wrought. Justice shall be done.
She could have dodged that. But she took the hit to shield a civilian? And Fenrico. He knew innocents were here, but didn't hold back at all.
Righteous One, I come to cleanse Rinascita of a traitorous demon and avenge the blood debts of my people. Why raise your blade against me? Rinascita teeters on the edge of collapse. Now, more than ever, we must uphold the tenets of unity and salvation. The path to deliverance lies within the civilization capsule. Entrust it to me. By the authority bestowed upon me, I will open the gates to the divine paradise.
Unless you're not Fenrico at all. You. Who are you? What do you want?
Bloodshed cannot be avoided. Blood must pay for blood. The path born of injustice must be fortified with further transgressions. My goal is pure, singular. All I've done so Rinascita survives the divine reckoning and rises as a land free from sorrow. No understanding is needed, only faith. When all hope seems lost, we are the beginning and the end. The absolution and the grace. Hand over the civilization capsule.
So, the civilization capsule is your goal after all. Lost your patience, have you?
Death is the fruit of transgression. To resist it is to defy the will of the divinity.
You and your divinity cannot end me! And these dark tide shams. Today, you face your reckoning.
I am the Enlightened One, anointed by the divinity and crowned by fate itself.
So you're the core of these abominations. Took long enough to hunt you down. Still pretending that mask isn't cracked.
Mocked by fate, whispering poison, a demon reviled by all. You wield the Dark Tide's power, yet you dare judge me?
It's too bad I'm not the one judging. If the Dark Tide's power isn't enough to convince, how about we try this? The envoys declare the guilt, but Imperator is the only true judge. By the light of Imperator, repent!
It's the light of Genesis.
Looks like the judgment is clear. These hollow existences don't need your mercy. Protect the civilization capsule. That's what they're really after.
How were they able to decide
disguise themselves as humans.
I've never heard of any possessing such ability.
Fangs are bared now. Don't hesitate. Let's end them all.
The one mimicking the Primus is the heart. Take it down, and the rest will collapse with it.
It's calling in more. We'll need to clear the rubble while waiting for our shot.
That which cometh from the sea shall walk upon the land. It shall work great wonders and mark the flesh of its faithful. All who have ears to hear, let them hear.
The end has come.
I don't have all day. Reduced.
Ovidius, you have received the blessing of my master. Serve your true divinity.
I shall never back down! Rover, now!
Another dimension within the civilization capsule. But why does it open up now?
Permissions detected, Arbiter. Lifting in first instance initiated. All probabilistic futures now revealed. Outcome verified. Blueprint compiled. Advancing to Phase 2. Arbiter, this moment was always foreseen. Now, it comes to pass. Arbiter, I grieve to say, I am but a message, set to activate in response to the presence of an initiator. Time, in this place, flows near still. A moment remains for us to speak. When I merged with Leviathan, it seized a fragment of my mind, and with it, a trace of my power to separate. I knew not the fullness of its design. As a safeguard, I split elements of my core data into this space. The civilization capsule. It records the origin and birth of the Rinnerseton civilization, preserving their most ancient memories. Once, we drafted the first blueprint for these seaborn kin. Now, I have entombed it here. Arbiter, heed me now. Let me unveil Rinnerseton's beginnings. In the beginning, life rose and fell with the tide. The displaced and wandering did follow my guidance. They journeyed unto the archipelago. There, I did leave knowledge and technology, that they might walk the path to freedom.
Your light blesses us. We follow your will.
to build our republic. Unity became the bedrock of civilization. But Leviathan seized upon mankind's longing for unity to manifest civilization's shadow. It spoke in my name, built false miracles, forged hollow grace, feeding on stagnant, obedient minds.
We are blessed by the sea. By you, we are unified. By you, we are born. From the sea we came, and to the sea we shall return.
From the founding of civilization, it had invaded their spirit and beliefs. I rose against it, only to unleash the dark tide. It scarred Renacita beyond measure. I began to question all I had done. The Threnodian did steer Renacita's fate. And I too once guided Renacita's course. In truth, we were no different. We both sought to mold civilization after our own will. Those who truly walked the land were never granted the right to choose. Civilizations abound with Threnodians. No eternal solution doth exist. Have I the right to choose their fate? The shaping of a civilization must belong to its people. Only the people can decide where their future must lead. What followed, thou already knowest. I allowed the Threnodian to exist. I chose coexistence, using myself to shackle it. I partook of its blight, that I might comprehend it. Once, I did seek thy counsel. Thou granted me the freedom to choose.
I just have one question. Why did the civilization capsule need the Threnodian's power to open?
When Leviathan and I were one, I split a sliver of its frequency. A memory. That memory I sealed here. The capsule was ever meant for thy hands. My design was that it should open only in the presence of thou and the Resonator, bearing both my power and that of Leviathan.
What if that Resonator became the Threnodian's puppet?
If that came to pass, then Renacita has already fallen, and the truth within this capsule would cease to matter. But if she standeth with humanity, then this truth is hers to know, and thine. Leviathan was born from the dark side of mankind's longing for unity. Their fear of the sea shaped its likeness as a great sea creature. Even at civilization's dawn, it had already tainted mankind's hearts. A primeval shadow lurking within the soul. The opening of the capsule shall stir the Rinacetans' oldest memories. Leviathan shall seek, through the blueprint we created, to lay claim to Rinacita's fate anew. If the Rinacetans wouldst walk a path free of divinity, they must face their past and the most primeval fear. They must overcome the shadow born of civilization. Arbiter, the hour of farewell hath come. Go now. Gather every last hope. If all unfoldeth as it should, Rinacita shall be free of divinity henceforth. When the shadows of the soul are at last dispelled, Rinacita shall welcome a true dawn, and humanity shall have a future beyond any I could foresee.
The true faithful believed in Imperator. So too did Imperator believe in humanity.
You killed the Blessed Maiden before my eyes. Raguna's disasters are tied to your actions. Now tell me what I need to know.
If I told you I acted to save Cartethia, would you believe me? This place is protected by Imperator. For now, Leviathan can't hear us. This is for you.
Righteous One, trust her, and trust me. Everything we've done is to defeat Leviathan.
That is her frequency.
I need you to accept this. Cartethia is dead, but she may still return. For that to happen, we need to kill Leviathan.
Kill Leviathan? Didn't she absorb it when they merged?
Now, Leviathan is on the verge of rebirth. It stole some of the Sentinel's power. During your battle with the Blessed Maiden, it split off a trace of its frequency and hid it in a gem. I'm sure you've seen it. That gem ended up in the Fraxidus' hands. Their whole play in Rinacita, use it to bring back Leviathan.
So the Fraxidus has been incubating the Threnodian. How long has this been going on?
Perhaps longer than we can imagine. Even your clash with Cartethia may have been scripted. A setup to give Leviathan a shot at slipping the Sentinel.
You know about that? Just who are you, Discord Slayer? I can't imagine Cartethia keeping something that important from me.
Think of me as what I am. An Avenger hunting Leviathan. As for the rest... The next Harbinger of the Dark Tide has surfaced. Until we can find him or her, we keep this quiet to avoid the worst-case scenario. Our first priority is to find them. If we don't, the Dark Tide can overwhelm Raguna again at any moment.
You're saying this Harbinger is behind all the Dark Tide creations we're seeing?
Not all. The Harbinger resonates with Rinasita's darkest emotions. Those emotions act as anchors, pulling horror into form and speeding the tide spawn. If the emotion is strong enough and the Harbinger is near, those things evolve. They feed off the Harbinger's thoughts and memories to become more real. Some even start to look human. You've noticed it. The tide spawn in Raguna are starting to mimic us. Which means... Exactly. I've always hunted the Dark Tide's creations. Each one shares slivers of thought and memory. I kill them, and I take what they know. They've been watching you. They want the civilization capsule. So, I followed you. Tracked your movements. Figured if I stayed close, sooner or later I'd find the Tide Spawn's core. Maybe even the Harbinger. The capsule only unlocks with both the Sentinel and Trinodian's power. And it opened the moment you and that gladiator touched it. So...
You think it's Avidius. But you carry the Dark Tide's power too.
Caution is a virtue in a hunter. You're right. The Dark Tide is in me. But Leviathan stopped counting me among the living a long time ago. And this power, it's mine. Who I turn it against is my choice. You're welcome to try and stop me. But me? I'm not stopping this hunt anytime soon. When calamity strikes, I trust you'll know exactly where to point your blade. Good. Then hunt with me. Until we give Leviathan a death worth talking about. Loud, messy, unforgettable. The Sentinel's frequency is gone. I guess the time for talking is over. Leviathan's power is spreading and this space is about to collapse. We need to find a way out.
These things... they're all Tide Spawn.
The civilization capsule was tainted by the Dark Tide. That's how I got in. Followed the corruption straight through.
So you can enter the Dark Tide. No wonder we couldn't find you.
Yes, but the frequencies there are chaotic. I locked onto yours and followed it through the storm. You have access to core data. But Avidius, he might have been swept into the frequency vortex. Hard to say where he's landed. The exit is at the end of this wind trail. Stay on it! Is accelerating. Our way out is closing fast. Faster! We're almost there!
Looks like you haven't run into too much trouble. It hasn't been long since you disappeared into the rift. Once that thing masquerading as Fenrico was slain, the other Tidespawn didn't last.
That was the last one. With the family's private Echo arsenal backing us up, we held the line just fine.
Surely you didn't think we'd fall apart without you? We Aragonese are made of sterner stuff than that. We handled those creatures just fine.
This Phalian Beringal. When the core was destroyed, the other Tidespawn lost their form. For now, the vault is secure. At least, until the next wave spawns. I'd set up order terminals around the perimeter, though. They'll detect humanoid mimics and prevent new Tidespawn from forming here.
Might I ask...
Where's that gladiator from Septimont?
Seravidius made it out of the rift before you. But he didn't look great. Kept muttering about needing to stop the crisis, then off he went, like a man on fire.
Give me your hand. I left a mark on Avidius during our fight earlier. With Baelor's power, I can tap into his sight. We'll find his trail.
I must move quickly. Silence, you maddening whispers! No, I'll be damned before I accept a fate like that. There must be something left I can still do. I won't let the same tragedy happen twice.
He's headed for Thessalio Fells.
We've lost contact with Cantarella. The beacon on her end appears to have been destroyed.
Dark clouds are gathering over Thessalio Fells. Something is definitely wrong.
Very well, we'll hold the line. Zani, call in the family's transport echoes. We'll assist Rover where we can.
Don't complicate things. Put those echoes towards supply runs instead. Stay close. We're taking the sky route.
Manipulating the air to form a wind trail. Is that your resonance ability?
One of them. I have the Tacit Discord Harpia within me.
Not an echo, but a tacit discord itself? So, you can absorb them directly?
You can say that. Valor is one of many.
One of many? Now I'm really curious about you and your abilities.
If we live through this, maybe I'll tell you. But right now...
We need to find the Harbinger. Do you know how we can identify them?
First things first, they'll be corrupted by the Dark Tide. But the signs aren't always so visible. We'll have to look for associated side effects, and prepare for what they might bring. We've entered Thessalio Fells. I can already sense the Tidespawn up ahead.
That's a Phasalia member. We need to help him. Leave it to me.
It's Rover! Paint the Sentinel.
What happened here?
Dark Tide creation swarmed without warning. We were overrun before we could...
Move aside. We'll clean up.
Thank you. Lady Cantarella is still on the front lines fighting. Would you please help to reinforce her position?
It's too late, my lady. My mind can't be fixed. Save your potions for those who still have hope. I only beg. Don't let me die a monster. Don't let me become Leviathan's puppet. I see it! The end times! Paradise! Descending at last!
Rover. She is. Why are you with her?
The Physalia bloodline's ties with Leviathan run too deep. Their ancient fears were the first to be awakened. This is the true horror of the evolved Dark Tide. It feeds on human despair, warping that frequency to form Tidespawn. Your family's antidote can still cure those lightly infected. But for those whose corruption runs deep, like him, their frequencies cannot be reversed. All we can offer is the dignity of dying as a human.
My lady, don't let me burden those who still have hope.
Matriarch of Physalia, I understand the cruelty of such a choice. If you cannot strike the final blow, allow me.
Physalia blood must be ended by Physalia hands.
Thank you. May glory return to the Physalians.
The dead rest. The living march forward. The Physalia will never forget its fallen sons and daughters. Cartathea remains secure in the Physalia estate. But the divinity's statue began whispering in our minds. Then came the Tidespawn soon after. It was Leviathan's voice. Something has awakened it.
It's very likely, Avidius. Right now, everything is riding on us finding him.
That Septimontian gladiator. Our scouts saw him advancing into the depths of Thessalio Fells.
Lady Cantarella! Rover! Reinforcements have arrived! Thessalio Fells. It's already... Attention! Deploy all acolytes to set up temporary resonance beacons. Scattering the light of Genesis will hold back the tide spawn.
Acolyte Phoebe! A cluster of tidespawn is marching towards the depths of Thessalio Fells.
Rover, Avidius is our mission.
I'll use my forte to defuse the family's antidote. It should help to mitigate the Dark Tide's influence.
We'll triage the wounded and fortify this position. The Order's acolytes will clear a path for you. Please, you have to stop this.
Whether the Sentinel comes or not, we are their will made flesh. We protect Rinasita.
O light of Genesis, shield us! As we were at the dawn, so we stand today, as the Sentinel's soldiers.
The Order's acolytes are holding off the other tidespawn. This is our chance to go straight for the source.